All right, time for an update on the Tucson bamboo forest. All of the plants are now in the ground, and I am learning as I go. First thing I've learned is that they need shade from the brutal Arizona sun. I grabbed some PVC pipe I had laying around and covered this one with a tarp. This is a silver stripe blowpipe, and it was just getting blasted by the sun, starting to turn brown. So I covered it with some shade, and it's doing a lot better now. One of the tips I learned is that if you wait until the end of the day and see that the leaves flatten out, it's doing okay. So during the day, these leaves are going to curl up to minimize the surface area that is exposed to the dry air so that it doesn't lose moisture through evaporation. So the leaves are going to curl up and look like little sticks. They're not going to look big and flat like this. At the end of the day, though, once the sun is down and the heat is mostly gone, they should flatten right back out. So as long as they're doing that, they're doing relatively okay. If they're not doing that, it's a sign that they're not getting enough water. So I've used that as a gauge to try and measure which plants do I need to add some more water to at the end of the day. I was concerned for a little while about overwatering because I read online that when you see brown tips like this, it can be a sign of overwatering bamboo. But then it's important to remember that just about everything you read online does not apply to Arizona when it comes to bamboo, because our climate, the humidity, the soil, the temperatures are just so different than the rest of the country that it's virtually irrelevant. So like runners are not going to spread all over the place. There's no danger of those runners against the wall taking over my neighbor's yard like they would be, in other parts of the country. It's also very difficult to overwater them. However, I did learn that I planted these wrongly, I guess. I should have wet all of the soil here. So this is a mixture of mostly compost with about 25% sand, because the bamboo needs silica to help them grow. And when I had it delivered, I just plopped it right into these holes. I did not wet them, and you should thoroughly wet the soil so that the bamboo are going into a nice moist environment. They don't like standing water, which I learned the hard way on this guy over here. So I got a Chinese goddess in a container, and I had it on just a really simple drip system. Was concerned about it getting enough water, so I gave it a lot of water, and I gave it too much water. So you can see now it's pretty shocked. A lot of the leaves are dead. Still got enough on here that I think it'll come back. But if we look down at the planter, you can see where the water line was. It got all filled up with water, so I had to remove the plugs from the bottom and drain this whole thing. Bamboo do not like standing water. I also had to give it some shade. I'm trying to nurse it back to health here, so hopefully between regular appropriate amounts of water and this shade cloth, we can get this Chinese goddess to come back. That's a quick update on the bamboo forest. It's July of 2023, and I'm really looking forward to these monsoon rains. Once they come, it should all pour off my house here, off the roof, out of these spouts, and just fill up this whole area. And since these holes are filled with soil that drains really easily, I'm expecting all of it to just fill up these holes. This desert soil doesn't let water soak through very easily, but these holes all should. So next time I'll talk a little bit more about the remaining plans here. You can see I've got my next hole dug. I used a jackhammer, hence the lines that you're seeing going down into the dirt, because Arizona dirt you just can't dig through with a normal shovel. So got 2 more holes there marked out, one already filled up, and we've got another runner hole that I'll do right along there. But first I got to get rid of all this spare dirt. So that's the update for July 2023.